Thanks for checking out the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to see me play your deck, hang out with me in the amazing BoshNRoll community in Discord, access to my lists and sideboard guides before tournaments, book an individual coaching session, or just generally want to support what's going on here, check out the Patreon and YouTube membership options. For the finest Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, use code BoshNRoll for 10% off your order at coalesceapparel.shop. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. If you want to play what I'm playing, use my affiliate link to support the channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com and play any deck anytime on Magic Online with a cardhoarder.com loan account. Thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Legacy, and it's a deck from Patreon subscriber Milan, who, if you follow the channel, you know is crazy. And I mean that in the best way. And today I'm playing Griffin Canyon Combo. You may ask, completely fairly, what the hell is Griffin Canyon Combo? And let me answer that for you. Griffin Canyon is a land from Visions. Tap, untap target Griffin. If it's a creature, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Mutavault is a Griffin. It's also a cleric. Scarlet Sanctum is 1 black, sacrifice a cleric. Target player loses life equal to the sacrificed creature's power. What does this have to do with us? Mirran Safehouse, brand new card from Phyrexia, all will be 1. As long as Mirran Safehouse is on the battlefield, it has all activated abilities of all land cards in all graveyards. Therefore, if you have a Mutavault and a Griffin Canyon in your graveyard, you can pay 1 to animate Mirran Safehouse into a 2/2 creature. Then it has also the ability to tap and give a Griffin +1/+1 and untap it, which includes itself. You can make Mirran Safehouse an infinite Griffin creature with infinite untap triggers, tap and untap triggers, which is why Mesmeric Orb is in the deck with Basalt Monolith. This is the mill your own deck out combo. Whenever a permanent becomes untapped, that permanent's controller mills a card. Basalt Monolith taps for 3 and can untap for 3, which is infinite taps and untaps. And Mirran Safehouse, tapping to pump itself as a Griffin, is also infinite taps and untaps. You can mill your deck until you hit Scarlet Sanctum, at which point Mirran Safehouse will both tap for black and have the ability to sacrifice a cleric. You'll need a second black source somewhere, or an untap after you float black somehow, but we should be able to figure it out once we're going that deep. And Mirran Safehouse can chuck itself at your opponent for infinite life loss. It could also just attack for infinite if the coast is clear. But wait, there's more. Activated abilities include mana abilities. You have different rules than normal activated abilities, but mana abilities are activated abilities. Anything with a colon in the cost, where you can see this Wasteland, tap, add colorless. That indicates an activated ability. Scorched Ruins has a hell of an activated ability. Tap, add 4 colorless. If this mills straight into the graveyard, then we don't need to worry about the sacrificing 2 untapped lands when it enters the battlefield clause. Mirran Safehouse just does this as long as this is in the graveyard. Oboro, Palace in the Clouds, has 1 return Oboro, Palace in the Clouds to its owner's hand. Mirran Safehouse costs 3. See where this is going? Float 4 mana. Use 1 of it to bounce the Safehouse because it has Oboro's abilities. Use the other 3 to replay the Safehouse. And you have a loop of Infinite Storm, infinite permanents entering the battlefield, which triggers Altar of the Brood. Whenever another permanent enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills a card. If you have the Mesmeric Orb going with either Safehouse or Basalt Monolith, you can mill your deck until you hit Altar of the Brood, Life from the Loam, and Buried Ruin. You can loam back Buried Ruin, which buys back Altar of the Brood. Then you can cast that and go infinite with Oboro and Scorched Ruins with your Mirran Safehouse. Those are a lot of words I just said, but they all somehow are coherent. They all overlap in meaningful ways. Tying the room together here is the normal land stuff. We've got Exploration, we've got Loam, we've got Crop Rotation. There is 1 Dark Depths to go with our 3 Thespian Stage. There's 1 Urza Saga that we can copy with Stage if we find ourselves in a grindy situation and got to play normal. But also just put an opponent in a Wasteland lock with Exploration and Loam. Mox Diamond is here. All that is happening. We've also got Realms Uncharted, which is Gifts Ungiven, but only for lands. Search your library for up to 4 land cards with different names and reveal them. An opponent chooses 2 of those cards. Put the chosen cards in your graveyard and the rest in your hand. If you want to just draw 2 and get value, you can choose 4 cards. You could also only choose 2 if you want 2 cards to go directly into the graveyard. Like if you have Mirran Safehouse in play, Realms Uncharted just puts the Griffin Canyon and the Mutavault in there for you, and then you're off to the races. Or it puts the Scorched Ruin and the Oboro in, and you're good to go. And topping it all off, Karn the Great Creator. This is kind of a juke, kind of a redundant copies of combo pieces. There was a Mirran Safehouse and a Mesmeric Orb in the sideboard. We could also just Karn lock people with Liquid Metal Coating or Mycosynth Lattice. Karn helps against those pesky combo decks. If our Altar of the Brood gets Prismatic Ending, Karn can get it back. This covers a lot of bases while also being a raunchy, powerful card. With Mox Diamond and Ancient Tomb in the deck, we could even turn 2 Karn against combo decks. It's exciting stuff here. This is entirely crazy, but putting a true combo, not just Merit Lage, but a true combo into lands that might help with the initiative matchup that is largely pushing lands out of the metagame right now. And even if that's not true, who cares? We're about to make infinite power Griffin creatures. And that's what's going on here. This is Griffin Canyon Mirran Safehouse combo lands. Let's check it out. I'm on the draw in round number 1, but this hand is a heater. Got Loam Wasteland and Exploration and Realms Uncharted for the combo. You keep these. This is where I get dumpstered by Reanimator, but that's okay. At least we had a chance. Little Delver of Secrets action. Disappointed they led on the basic island. Just raw dog that one. Oh, Scorched Ruins was a great draw. I am very happy to discard that to Mox Diamond. And I'm going to lead on Wasteland. Play Mox Diamond. Dump the Scorched Ruins. Which is totally a normal thing that someone would say in a game of Magic. And I think I want Exploration first. This just pulls me the farthest ahead. Force pitching Malevolent Hermit after Delver. Okay. What deck has Malevolent Hermit and Delver of Secrets in it? Is this going to be some wizard combo deck? I don't know what's happening. I'm going to fire off Wasteland in combat, though. Just hung this out and didn't spend mana with it. I'm going to crack them. I'm holding Loam. If they bounce my Mox Diamond, I'm obliterated. But my Scorched Ruin was not a great solo target for Life from the Loam. Okay, now I can make a big move. I could float colorless, crop rotate for any green source, and get it 3 hits off Loam. I think I'm going to go for this. It gets crushed by Force of Will, but I don't think they have 2 of them. Or at least I'm going to play like they don't. That resolved. This does have to be a green source to cast Loam. Might as well be a fetch land. I'll grab a Wooded Foothills and then fetch. I need the Bayou. Do I want the Bayou? I can get the Bayou next turn. Not a big deal. From the Loam, targeting the 3 things that aren't Scorched Ruin. This could get dazed, but I can refire next turn. Blue-black Delver Malevolent Hermit deck. Is this in Tombstay? No, Delver Reanimator. That is a deck that I played on the channel. I hope it's not that. I'm not in a good spot for that one. My Bajuka Bog is in the sideboard, unfortunately. Delvers failed to flip again. They did find a fetch land, which can take a peek with Delver, and then shuffle. I am dredging Loam. Mesmeric Orb just revealed. My opponent knows I'm up to something now. Okay, if I'm going to go infinite next turn, I think I got to play the Safe House now. They didn't daze me last turn. Okay. I can sacrifice Mirran Safehouse to search for a Bayou if I need to. It also taps for 4, which I can't currently use, but it is exciting. Delver didn't flip again, and they didn't shuffle in between, so they must want this island. Okay. Another 2 damage from Delvers. Just looking at this card is such a delight. Navigating how I'm going to use these things is going to be fun. Okay, draw for turn. I'm going to play Wooded Foothills and fetch in a forest. Don't need the Bayou here. Or I need it in the graveyard, not where it currently is. Okay, I'll just go for my big attack. All right, Realms Uncharted. Opponent appears to be F6'd. Gonna get Mutavault and Griffin Canyon. And that's all I'm gonna get. I'm prepared to attack for infinite. They would need Dismember or like Brazen Borrower to break this up. Okay. Animate Mutavault. 2/2 creature. Untap target Griffin. Off we go. Match 1, game 1. Already doing the thing. I'll make it 25 for good measure. Okay, and go into combat. Off you go. And that's 25 damage to the face. LFG. Okay, we're against some sort of blue Delver deck that may or may not have a combo finish. Probably does. I think I want my Sphere of Resistance and the Juka Bog in here. We're likely to bring in Graveyard Hate. Crop Rotation is kind of risky against the counterspell decks. It's also really good against combo decks, so little push and pull there. I think I want to back off of Basalt Monoliths a little bit. If they do have a Reanimator combo, like I suspect they might, self-mill that does not result in a win is risky. We'll bring Crop Rotation back in and just slim down on the mill combo. Alright, I'll try this. Blast Zone should probably be in too. They showed me 2 Delvers that game. Are there any lands I won't need? Wasteland's really good, obviously. They did show me a lot of islands that game, though. Do I need 2 Griffin Canyons? And if that's in the graveyard, that's where I need it to be. So, alright, there we go. Let's try this. The Endurances should probably be in too. Just was busy trying to figure out how to get my spheres in, but Endurance is good against both Delver and Reanimator. That card should definitely be in. If there's a game 3, I'll figure it out. Okay, this hand doesn't really go anywhere. It does have Exploration. I'm gonna keep on some spec here. If they have Leyline of the Void, maybe am I just supposed to always bring in Force of Vigor, or should I give it onto Merit Lage and stuff if I expect Leyline? I mean, the trick is Leyline can be in any deck. So what am I going to do? Just like always bring in Force of Vigor? I don't know about that. I can win with Karn and stuff. All right. We're about to find out. They mulled a 5 to find a Leyline, so they have a 4-card hand to start the game. And it apparently does not contain Delver of Secrets. Exploration, get in there. They want to go to 1 card in their opening hand of Force of Wildis. Oh man. This isn't a counterspell. And Exploration resolves, they get to wasteland their land. Please resolve, please resolve. Brainstorm in response resulted in a resolved Exploration and a wasteland. Bang. Okay. That was a pretty good start, all things considered. I have to find a route to my Dark Depths. I do have Stage. Ancient Tomb, not helpful. Griffin Canyon, get in. Thespian Stage, get in. Stage can copy Forest and protect itself from Wasteland. This is my only Griffin Canyon in the deck. If it gets exiled, then the combo's off the table. I didn't get Entombed in the end step. That's good. Fetch basic Swamp, though, which is a card their deck contains, apparently. Baleful Strix, okay. Getting weirder. I'm going to copy my Forest. Stage. Oboro, not helpful. There's a lot of stuff that's not helpful in this deck when I'm not doing the thing I want to be doing. Oboro and Wasteland. Waste your land. Could just get smeared by Baleful Strix beatdown here. If I don't find a Karn quickly. And Crop Rotation works too. I did board one of those out. No attack with Strix. They're respecting the Merit Lage. Like from the loam, what's up? Always happy to see you. I can crank a Blast Zone up to 4 to clear a Leyline with what I've got. Just gotta find a Karn. Alright. They have 5 cards in hand and they've missed all their most recent land drops, so there's a good chance this Karn won't work. I still have to try. Karn the Great Creator. Let's go. And they can't daze, it has to be Force. They didn't have a force all those turns ago. Force of negation. Okay. Good answer. If I find my Altar of the Brood, I can start spamming Oboro land drops and mill them out slow and steady. Beautivault beats. Let's go. I've got a plan. Beautivault attacks is a 3/3 from Griffin Canyon. It's fair and square. I could also copy Griffin Canyon with Thespian Stage to get in for 4s. Baleful Stretch, cramping my style, as it does. Uh-oh, they found a blue source. Ponders are starting to happen. Did not shuffle the Ponder. Hate that for me. Still respecting. Okay. I hope they want their top card, because they don't get to have it. So this orb is real shitty for me. I'm just deleting cards. Okay. I'll spend Ancient Tomb mana on it, so I only have to mill 1 into the void forever. Okay. That might kill me, but it does give me something of a plan. The mill strat is online. They milled a Ponder off of Ponder. That's the card they left on top after they drew. Hope they needed that. Third mana has arrived. And Doomsday is what's happening. Okay, that's interesting. They're going to have to mill 3 cards, and they untap off Doomsday. So this is a Delver Tempo Doomsday. Okay, that makes sense. I did read combo. This is not the combo I expected, but it works. Yep, Endurance should for sure be in the deck. There are 2 Besejus in the deck as well. In the main, Altar of the Brood is actually lethal if I rip it here. So I can make 2 land drops with Oboro, and then they mill 3 when they untap. And the orb might be helping the Doomsday as much as it hurts it, or more. That's just a bunch of street wraiths you don't have to put in the pile. Okay, I will begin my turn and hope to draw Altar of the Brood. Mill 1 card. It was Life from the Loam. Didn't want that anyway. Karn the Great Creator, you don't say. What's in my sideboard? Liquid Metal Coating. Another Mesmeric Orb? This could be GG if they don't have a counterspell. 1, 2, 3, 4. Karn the Great Creator. How do we do? How do we do? How do we do? Please resolve. Oh my god. Wish for Mesmeric Orb. A perfectly normal one here on the BoshNRoll channel today. They mill 6 in their upkeep, or in their untap step. Don't have the force now. Oh my god. Oh my god. I will pass the turn here. Unless the Oracle was already in hand, then they still have me beat. Let's look at this deck, in case there is a game 3. Leyline, Leyline. All 4 Leylines. We got the GGs in the chat. Here we go. Let's see that Oracle hit the graveyard. Temporal Mastery gone. Temporal Mastery gone. And they scooped it up. The Oracle was not... Oh, it doesn't matter because they have to get through a draw step. Yeah, cool. Wow. All right. Lesson learned that I should respect Leyline a little bit. I think this would have been a hilarious non-game if my Loam could actually pick up my Wastelands, but waded through the Leyline anyway. One with a mill U strat and an attack with an infinite Griffin strat. Off to a good start. Let's go. If you've ever wanted to learn how to play poker, there's no better way than PokerCoaching.com's Master the Fundamentals course, which I'm excited to give all of you for free. This course is separated into 19 short sections that will make sure you understand everything you need to know to play well and beat your friends. The first section is on the rules of the game, then you'll learn about hand ranges, equity, basic strategies, and a whole lot more. By the end of the course, you'll know everything you need to know in order to give you the best chance of success at No Limit Hold'em. Check out the link in the video description to PokerCoaching.com/free crash course. I'm on the play in round number 2 with a hand that really doesn't do anything. It does accelerate and play Wasteland, but no sight of any additional plan beyond that. What's my hit rate here? You know, Loam is good, crop rotation's good. Mesmeric Orb is actually fine. Karn's good, realms are good. Most of the lands are bad. I'm gonna mulligan this and try to do more. Okay, rewarded. I'm keeping this, and I think I send Orb. Having the Griffin Canyon in the opener is just a delight. So Orb is part of my plan in a way that Dark Depths isn't necessarily in. Do I want both crop rotations? I think I'll keep the exploration and bottom one of the crop rotations. You can tell me I'm crazy, but I'm doing a thing here. Exploration, and I'm gonna play out the depths. It's a sweet one to rotate away, and I don't care if it gets wastelanded. Okay, we're getting schmortered by some sort of Chrome Mox deck. Are you the white kind, or the red kind, or the black kind? The red kind. All right. I love Blood Moon. Oh, Caves of Chaos Adventure. That's not Blood Moon. Saying there's a chance. Turn 1 Caves of Chaos Adventure is pretty freaking good, though. If I draw any land, I'm in business. If I draw Thespian Sage, that's ideal. Okay, Beseiju. That answers Blood Moon, but I don't actually care. I'm just going to play both of these, and I can spin up Mirran Safehouse if I need to. Let's party. Okay, they can forge or Lost Well. Forging, going for the Gusto here. I can just block this idiot. Is there anything they could do at sorcery speed that they can't do at instant speed? And also, does it matter? I hope they pre-combat like a Rabble Master, or they could even pre-combat Blood Moon. It's all good to me. Let's do it. I hope I just turn 2 Mirran Safehouse them while revealing Griffin Canyon for the complete WTF is happening. Also the Void on 1. That card's pretty good if you're not already dead. Right, spin away the Canyon. Stage. Now I'm going to let Chalice resolve. Now they can't even play Dead Gone or like whatever they would do. I don't even know what they do here. I'm going to make a 2020. Here it comes. Okay. Here we are. They can attack to get a flip off their deck. They're passing the turn. Is there something? Literally, what can they even do? I don't know. We're about to find out. What the hell is this token? They're using the Dominaria Remastered Mirran Safehouse token? Am I using a Dom? No, I'm using a Cold Snap Dark Depths. Why would you give me this token, Magic Online? I'm suddenly enraged. Despite dumpstering my opponent and showing them Griffin Canyon, that could have been anything. Okay, this is a Force of Vigor matchup, if ever one there was. And I think this is the only thing that's going to happen. The Blast Zone doesn't help, because the only way it would kill Chalice is if there's Blood Moon in play, and it doesn't arrive with a counter. And if that's happening, then I can't activate Blast Zone. No deal. Karn is probably medium bad for this. I think I need to combo them out. I don't have a Ensnaring Bridge in this list, so Karn's not going to help me slow anything down. Crop Rotation, Exploration, Altar of the Brood all get hit by Chalice. Or maybe I'm supposed to cut Orbs and Monoliths. I mean, this is my least favorite part of the deck, which you can tell by the fact that I keep reaching for it. Karn can wish for those things if they become relevant. Okay. And I love the Mirran Safehouse thing. The self-mill 4 Horsemen thing is kind of weird. It's fine. It's all good. Okay, this hand loses to Chalice of the Void and to Blood Moon. Crop Rotation does very little. There's no Mazabith or Glacial Chasm in the deck. I need to go a lot faster than this, is what I'm saying. I will mulligan this. All right, this one's a lot faster. I'll keep it and send... In the Mesmeric Orb, does get the party started. There's a Loam in my hand. Scorched Ruins does cast Karn on turn 2. Is that good enough? And does this beat Blood Moon in any universe? I think I'm going to bottom the Ruins. So I wish I could have kept 7 because this hand's got potential. A Snap kept 7 over there. I imagine I'm going to get Blood Moon immediately. Chrome Mox. Shivan Devastator. Okay. Flying Haste enters battlefield with X/1/1 counters on it. Sure. That's got to be specifically for the initiative. They're going down to 1 card in hand for Magus of the Moon. Got it. Always had it. All right. Ox Diamond. Discard Misty Rainforest, play Ancient Tomb, and Mesmeric Orb. Starting to attack their deck points. I use my graveyard. They mostly don't, as far as I know. Ancient Tomb, Shattered Skull Smashing, and Layla hit the graveyard. Don't want to see unlicensed Hearse. That one would be annoying. Got to work my way up to Karn, and that's the game plan. Karn is such a shit house too against this double Chrome Mox start. And the Bugbear. That is a mountain. Stonebrain. Okay. They can search my deck for cards. All right. Oh, they're going to name the Loam that's in my hand. That's annoying. Get to draw a card. That's likely the card they name, I think. Or Crop Rotation. Force of Vigor. What do you even name here? There's a lot of good hits. Dark Depths. All right, don't give a shit. They left my Loam alone. I get to mill 2 in my upkeep, fuel the Loam. We're just working up to this Karn. They're currently hellbent with a 2/2 in play. Dead Gone confirmed, by the way. Throwing that out there. 1 Dark Depths has entered the exile zone. Only play one of those. Oh my god. From Mox Diamond team. Get to cast Loam. And make a land drop. And play Mox Diamond. Which means I can also play Exploration this turn. Okay, I gotta survive this turn. No bullshit right now, and we're good. I milled a bunch of cards, including Leyline of the Void. It's not a good card among the 5 they just milled. Didn't do anything pre-combat. Good news, good news. No, no, not that card exactly. Fine. Yeah, I get to mill. I'm actually gonna float red in the end step to maximize milling here. Do still have their land drop. Yep, there it is. That was a good draw. Float red. Then go to my turn. And mill 4, including Boseiju, who is not helpful. Mirran Safehouse is there. Will Dredge Loam. There's plenty of lands. I found a basic, a Seiju, and a Wasteland. Pick those up. Play the basic, play the Wasteland. If I play Karn, I can wish for a Safe House and try to win next turn. I guess that's what I gotta do. Yes, get Safe House. Safe House in my hand and pass the turn. A Forge. So this is 7, 8, 9. They can 9 me this turn. They do that, they leave Karn in play. They have to attack Karn with, or they could put the counters on Magus and use that to clear Karn. Beautivault's already in the graveyard, but Mirran Safehouse doesn't have haste. If I animate it, then it's sleeping. They are targeting the Magus. What do I have to do here? I think I have to spike the mill artifact. Karn's dead, and I'm taking 5, and they flip a card. Flipped Shivan Devastator. Build second main phase Shivan Devastator. Love to see it. What's the 1 card in your hand? It looks like they're just presenting lethal for next turn with their Big Idiot. I mill a bunch and hope they're good. Thespian Stage, Wasteland. I did hit Oboro. I know that 1 card is on the bottom of my deck, don't I? The Scorch Ruins. I haven't shuffled at all. I will Dredge Loam to try to get deeper here. I don't even know what I'm playing for at this point. I do have Canyon and Beautivault. I think I'm behind. Yeah, they get to trap me down to 6. Mirran Safehouse does not have haste. Yeah, the Starlit Sanctum, it's all there except for the haste. But I'll play the Safehouse. Play Boseiju. Oh, look at all the words on this. Look how small the text is. That's awesome. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. Yeah, we're dead. Okay. Yeah, if that had haste, or if it was in play a turn earlier, we would actually have had the whole infinite life damage combo there. Alright, that was cool. Confirmed Leyline, but I already have in all my forces. Stonebrain, kind of weird. But I guess it makes sense if they're worried about specifically Merit Age. Sphere on the play is really interesting, because this is a prison deck, but it's a prison deck that's built to play prison its own way, not my way. And if I can, like, make Chrome Mox cost 1, their whole shit falls apart. I don't think I'm that desperate for help in the matchup, though. No, this is actually fine. Oh, that Caves of Chaos Adventure off the top. Okay, force but no blue card. Karn, or green card. That's such a reflex. Force but no appropriate color to pitch. I can get basic, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna mulligan this. We can do better. Oh yeah. Here we go. My Dark Depths is already in the grip. Wait, did I just keep this? This hand doesn't even do anything. Oh, I got so excited, and I don't know why. the buyer's remorse immediately. Oh no, I didn't. I'm thinking about this still. Okay, I could still send it. Yeah, this hand just dies to the Caves of Chaos Adventure. I do get a lot of milling though. They don't have graveyard hate. I'm gonna keep. And I think I'm sending one of the Mox Diamonds. Okay. Let's try this. I got a lot of digs for loam. I get to fuel up my Mirran House. Blood Moon's fine. Leyline's bad. Okay, no Leyline. We're in business. I can put the depth safely in the graveyard. I don't actually need or want that for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna Mox Diamond, Dark Depths, land, fetch, play Mesmeric Orb. I could have milled my opponent for 2 this turn, play Alter the Brood, then fetch land, crack it, but milling them for 2 versus getting my own engine going, this is way more important. Don't put me in a hearse, please. The multiple Chrome Mox start again. The one I'm worried about is Caves of Chaos Adventure. Kind of hope this is a prison piece. All right, Layla. She is card advantage. She's better than nothing here. The exiled. This Shivan idiot again. Even if their last card in hand is the land, they can only cast this for 0, so they don't get it here. All right, let's find a loam. Get in business. Seiju Forest. There's Karn. Alter the Brood, get in there. Trigger, Milieu. And I'll pass the turn. Build Casual Mill Strat. Build 3 cards that I don't care about. Love when that happens. While I take another 4 damage. Blood Moon is the flip. Okay, that's a good one. If you have the mana to cast it, which you didn't last turn. Own Brain is in the mix. Okay. I am going to fetch, which thins a land out of my deck and isn't ideal. But this self-mill business is part of my plan. I would love to jam Karn here. Mirran Safehouse. That's a good hit. I'm going to resolve this before they can take it with Stonebrain. And if they name Karn with Stonebrain... Alright, just checking my Scorched Ruin isn't in the graveyard. It's not. Okay, fine. Disappointing. My Dark Depths is, though, and Mirran Safehouse can be Thespian Stage. See if they Stonebrain my Griffin Canyon. Did they understand the combo last game? They just named Karn. We'll find out together. This has the abilities of all land, so I can just float red. They have a City of Traders, so I can get 2 mana off of this. Next turn, exiled another Shivan Devastator. That card's just been an all-star in this matchup, let me tell you. The Alter the Brood is in play already. That's the hard part. So if I hit the Oboro and the Ruins, we're in business. Okay, I'm getting brained here. What's the name? There are multiple combos live here. They can't take me off of everything with Stonebrain. Named Life from the Loam. Okay, I don't care about that at this juncture. Got 1 card in their hand. I am dead on board to Layla, if I can't put a blocker in front of that. And they're playing their 0/0 Shivan Devastator. Better in the graveyard than nowhere, I suppose. I'll float a red in the end step. Get my mill on. On deck. Buried Ruin. Hit Realms Uncharted, bummer. And drew Boseiju, who endures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there any way to stuff this Layla? Adult Monolith is in my sideboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 1 short of getting that going. I could grab and deploy another Safe House, but I don't have a Mutavault. Serve Resistance Lattice, not helpful. Coming up a little short here. Can't Boseiju Layla. She is not Factor Enchantment. You have a Den of the Bugbear over here. And I could play Boseiju, block with a Den of the Bugbear if they mill 1. What are all the abilities this even has? Buried Ruin, it can Thespian Stage, fetch, and remove an ice counter from Dark Depths. I think I have to play Boseiju. Oh, wait. I can Boseiju their Den of the Bugbear, but then I don't have enough mana to activate Mirran Safehouse. Bummer. Goblin comes in attacking, right? Alright. No route to a blocker there. At exactly 6, which is exactly Layla's power. Arrakis in my sideboard where it's not helpful. Okay, I'm gonna play Boseiju, which mills them for 1 to hit a Chrome Mox. Arn doesn't matter. Okay, I guess I'll just pass and try to make this Den of the Bugbear play. They mill 4 on their turn. They hit Sokenzan, which I cannot channel from play, unfortunately. And we're gonna die for Xaxes. Alright, GG. That was close. Almost came together again. Took a spicy rip in the middle of game 2 for them to get out of that one that I was way ahead. And this one, just kind of far behind to the Layla. Steady stream of damage. I am impressed with this engine, though. It might need some work, but Mirran Safehouse is crazy.
You come here to level up at Magic. To level up as a software engineer, check out the new YouTube series Dev Better, hosted by the founder of 7Factor Software and Magic player, Jeremy Duvall. 7Factor's small teams of high-performing engineers build custom mobile apps, APIs, and highly scalable systems for Fortune 500 companies and ambitious startups with great ideas. If you'd like to hire 7Factor, or maybe join their team, contact them through their website at 7factor.io. And don't forget to subscribe to 7Factor's YouTube for every episode of Dev Better.
I'm on the play in round 3 with a tragic one. Exploration, crop rotation, loam, no green source, no second land, these basalt monoliths. At the end, I'm going to rebuild and think about something else to do with those deck spaces. Mulligan. Okay, a comparable hand. I'm going to keep this and play Exploration. And hope against hope that they're not a Wasteland deck. Bottom 1 of the Explorations. And let's get to business here. Seiju, Exploration, Urza Saga. Watery Grave. Uh-oh. Thoughtseize might be worse than Wasteland here, actually. No! Please don't understand what I'm doing. Please take the Karn. Unfortunately, this Thoughtseize just reveals my entire plan. Self-mill and Mirran Safehouse. Gives away the whole bit here. With the mill. Bummer. Okay, let's draw a land and at least cash out this Urza Saga, please. Autobug. Got him. Not that that's even good, but unmilled the days, that would have been great there. And this is a Murktide Regent deck, so milling them isn't free, but I'm having a good time. Thoughtseizing me again. I'm going to lose my house. I'm losing my house on these Thoughtseizes. Wow, leaving me the house. Okay. No respect. Okay, the dream here is to mill over a loam and draw a land. So I can tutor a Mox Diamond. Because there's only Altar of the Brood and Mox Diamond as tutor targets for Saga in the main deck. Milled a Safehouse, milled a Basalt Monolith. Those are not good. And drew a Basalt Monolith. This is bad. Okay. I'll tutor for Altar of the Brood and then probably lose. Bummer. Okay. That's the turn. Mill strat. Carry on. Mill away the cards they didn't want from Ponder anyway. Ooh, Death Shadow. Happy to see that one go. Completely non-functional to a Wasteland here. And because Saga died without replacing itself as a mana source, I'm multiple lands away from doing anything. What are they spending 3 mana on? Or are they just making Death Shadow bigger? Reanimate Death Shadow. Oh, that's a good play. Mill deck, let's go. I will continue milling as many cards as I can. Get Loam in the mix somewhere or another. Aha! Back in this. Mill 1, sucker. Build an island. See how quick this shadow kills me. Does an attack for at least 7 if they want all of it. Okay, I'm at 13. Didn't add to the board. I will mill 2. Land gives me a chance. Crop rotation. I can crop rotate for Ancient Tomb. In Days, Force of Will, all these things are just obliterating. But this is the play that I have. I crop rotate, shipping, Boseiju. World's easiest Force of Will. Yep, okay. I'm good. We're dead. That didn't come together. Okay. Playing in Death Shadow, Blast Zone is good. Fear of Resistance is good. Endurance is fine, I guess. Slows down Murktide Regent. Really don't like Basalt Monolith. I'm actually just cutting all of those. Taking room for these cards that I do like. Between the Mox Diamonds, the Ancient Tomb, and the Chrome Mox, or the crop rotations, I have 9 ways to turn 1 a Sphere of Resistance. Are likely to have Graveyard Hate. I do have the 2 Boseijus for Leyline. I don't think I want Force of Vigor in this matchup. I don't think I want Endurance in this matchup. I'm not going to juke them and beat them that way. Okay, here we go. Playing first, and my hand's pretty good. Is this hand good? And it ramps into Karn. I'll keep this. Basic Forest. Exploration, play Oboro, which has protection from Wasteland. And pass the turn. I'm not really worried about Mox Diamond here. If they thought sees it, it's not ramping me anyway. I can make 2 land drops next turn, which is the same as discarding my extra land to Mox Diamond. Grief. Pitching Reanimate. Okay, so they had Grief Reanimate and decided to pitch Reanimate. I suspect they have another one. Probably going to lose both Karns here. Critical Link Karn, even better. Okay, Karn is no longer part of this game plan. It is a surgical they don't have for a loam, but yikes. Show me the Reanimate too. Right, they didn't also Reanimate. Okay, Sphere is a good draw here. Hopefully we can slow them down in a meaningful way. Fire off an emergency Brainstorm on the way out. Brainstorm. And we're in there. Alrighty. They have land number 2. They can play a Shadow here as a 1/1. Can also Reanimate Grief and take my Mox Diamond. That wasn't really doing anything anyway, but time to draw Dark Depths, just right off the top. 1 of Dark Depths. The Magic God's not forthcoming today. Now I have to do something before this Grief deals 19 damage to me. It's harder than it may seem. Oh, they have more spells, don't worry. Not even done casting spells. Or Tide Time, just shut the door. Yeah, the combo package is eating up a lot of space that would otherwise be used for, like, Azavith and Thespian Stage, or not Thespian Stage, Ensnaring Bridge in the sideboard. Defensive measures that I don't think I can actually beat. If I take 9 here, I go to 7. Okay, I can still win if I draw exactly Dark Depths. Take my 9, 2 mana Ponder. That feels good. Would feel better if they didn't have 9 power in play to my 7 life. Wasteland, cool. Card beats me even if I draw Dark Depths. I'm going to copy their Wasteland with my Thespian Stage in the end step. That way, that gives me the out. Copy Wasteland. I have another stage that's safely hiding as a basic land. Okay. Dark Depths, Crop Rotation. Not another stage. Alright, they got me. GG's. Disruptive Fast Clock, too good. On to the next one. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and every other format you'll see on this channel. They have multiple customizations so you can view your deck how you want. Text view, stacks, grid, custom grouping by type, subtype, color, light mode, dark mode. However you want to see your deck, they can provide it for you. My favorite feature is you can choose your set printing, make the deck look exactly how you want it to. The deck screen features expandable sections that show you what tokens your deck makes, your recent change history to the deck, stats about mana curve and opening hand distribution, mana cost distribution. You can deal out sample hands and even play test the deck. Island Ponder. You know I'm keeping this one. This site has everything. Follow me on Moxfield.com to keep up with decks I'm playing for the channel and what I'm up to in paper. I'll see you there. I'm on the play in round 4 with Exploration and Crop Rotation. I'll keep this. Land, Exploration. See how this goes. And a land drop. Good stuff. An Island from my opponent and a Ponder. Okay. I need a Light from the Loam or a land. Keep things going here. Is there any good crop rotation target? There isn't. And rotating for Ancient Tomb gets me on the board. Goes to shuffle. I don't want to crop rotate into a counterspell right away, though. Starlit Sanctum, hello. 1, 4. I could Karn right now. No. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. I'm going to crop rotate the Starlit Sanctum. Ancient Tomb. Fetch. I'll get the Bayou. Karn the Great Creator on the stack. That's pretty good. Yeah, they've been patient with counterspells. Yep. Force pitching Supreme Verdict. Okay. some kind of control deck. Now I'm looking for a Light from the Loam. Magic ending my exploration. That's okay, I was done with that. Vault. Hello. Mirran Safehouse, which can fetch if I needed to. Like if they prismatic ending it, I'll just crack it for a forest. Another prismatic vista from the opponent. On Loam. This land, maybe someday. Another safe house. Let's get out there. Keep everything safe. Cycling Timeless Dragon. I wish I had all the activated abilities of that. The planes in their hand, playing all around my wasteland. What a smart opponent with Ponder in their deck and a bunch of basic islands and plains. Okay, going for Brainstorm rather than just chucking Timeless Dragon onto the battlefield, which I can not beat, for the record. Okay, we go to my turn. Realms Uncharted. Okay. If they don't see the line, this is GG. Maybe I should wait till their turn, because I have the Starlit Sanctum, which means I can do the whole shit. Okay. I'll wait for them to do something. I'll unchart the realms in response and then go off. And having a second Sanctum means I can buff the first one in response to the first one, meaning they need multiple removal spells to break through this. So passing the turn. I hate this. And I'll try to unchart the realm here. If they respect me enough to know they're dead. No, I'm so mad. Okay. Rip for life from the Loam, though. Hard to be mad about that. Okay. I don't actually want Starlit Sanctum in my hand. I do want Misty Rainforest. I can attack for 2 with Mutavault. If they try to plow it, I can waste it. Then it's in the graveyard where I kind of want it anyway. Okay. Activate Mutavault. And attack for 2. Words to Plowshares. Waste it. Keep it safe. That's gone. Now I have 2 Mutavaults chilling on the side of my screen here. Misty, Wasteland, Mutavault. Bring them back. And I'll play the Misty. Didn't need to do that. They have fetch lands. I got to remember that the safe house works for both graveyards. Yeah, they have a Prismatic Vista that can get my other forest, and I did not need to play this. I could have redeployed Mutavault. Arset Parter Veils, that's a good card. Down to Ponder. I am going to fetch in the end step. There's 2 fetchables left. I thought there was only 1. That's good news. And Dredge Loam, try to make something happen here. Hit the canyon. Hit Buried Ruin and Oboro. Okay. I'll play Mutavault and target Buried Ruin. I think I just want all these lands in my graveyard. I'll just pick up Buried Ruin. Days Undoing is annoying if that happens, but it's not that bad. It's worse for the graveyard hate than it is for the hand disruption. Narset found Narset. That doesn't matter. Under did not shuffle. Then the Flutterstrand did. Time for Timeless Dragon. Okay. Good call. And I'll Dredge Loam, hit Thespian Stage and Wasteland. Shame I didn't hit Griffin Canyon. Would have gone off with the Mutavault. Okay. Do I want Buried Ruin or Wasteland in play? Wasteland, Windswept Heath doesn't even matter in my hand. Windswept Heath, and might as well target it, right? I'm just targeting 2 here. And I'll play one of the Wastelands. Okay. Mirran Safehouse now has the abilities of Thespian Stage, which can turn it into a land. Copy of target land, except it has this ability. But then it doesn't have all its abilities. Okay, that's not even a good thing to do. Damages are coming. Yeah, just like 1 Maze of Ith would improve this deck a lot. Give me infinite time to navigate this situation. Fresh Narset. That happens. Narset finds. Force of Will, cool. And if I mill over a canyon, I'm in business, because I can waste my Mutavault. Just looking for Griffin Canyon for lethal here. Dark Depths in the graveyard. Okay, Light from the Loam. Target Dark Depths. Just Dark Depths. Because Mirran Safehouse can copy this, and that works how I want. I don't need it to have abilities on the other end. We're in the tank on this, I guess deciding if it's worth a Force of Will to stop me from having Merit Lage threaten. Because if they have to plow this, I go to 30. It gives me a lot of time to figure this out. I'm in for that. I have Buried Ruin that can pick up Safe House if I need to Safe House again. Brainstorm in the end step. What an insane world we live in that I'm just like praying for my Life from the Loam to hit Griffin Canyon for the win in Legacy. Narset activation. Down Ponder. Also really pertinent thing. Mesmeric Orb is actually a possible win condition versus these ponderous blue-white decks. There is one in my graveyard now. I could try to bury it, but I know they have Force of Will. Shuffled with Ponder. Another Narset. They just keep coming. Activation. All of this under the Watchful Eye of Force of Will. Days Undoing. Uh-oh. I believe they still have a land drop. Hope they don't use it. 4 damage coming in. I mean, they'd have to tap out to do that. If they go land Days Undoing, I make Merit Lage in response, and then sort of like Solitude, they're dead. Okay. The land. They're not going to jam here. End step. I would like to make a copy of target land. And I'll make a Merit Lage. I'll take my 20 life if this doesn't work otherwise. Come on, Griffin Canyon off the loam. Didn't hit Griffin Canyon. Okay, I'll go to combat. Attack my opponent's life points directly. What the fuck? They just died. Just take 20 and dead. They saw so many cards. Alright, well, there's that. Hoping for Griffin Canyon, rewarded with Merit Lage. I'm not going to complain. I have nothing to say. No notes. I'm going to cut my monoliths. I'm already living in a world where they're not part of the deck. I think Mesmeric Orb is great just as a magic card. That's a real clock on them that they can't really necessarily race or bounce back from. I know they have graveyard synergies. They have at least Timeless Dragon. Or they do have Days Undoing that can loop their graveyard. Okay, bummer. It's not as good as I need it to be. Probably going to play it anyway. Force of Vigor respects back to basics, which I suspect they have. Endurance can pressure their stuff. They don't want a Sphere of Resistance against them. It's the type of thing that's really good in the early game and then falls off fast. If they start hitting land drops and I don't, like if they surgical my loams and then just beat me with their deck with a high land count and ponders. And I do have Beseiju in my deck, so maybe I don't need all these Force of Vigors, and I'm actually off Endurance. Let's do the thing I want to do here. Or I can put an orb back in the sideboard and get myself 1 Endurance. Okay, I'm in. No green source, but I do have Loam, Orb, and Altar. I'm going to keep this. Griffin Canyon's here. The most important card in my deck. Like, but actually. Wasteland and Altar of the Brood. Get after it. If they Prismatic Ending this Altar of the Brood, it's not a huge deal. That's just one of my several combos. Flooded Strand, Rainstorm, reckon their fetch. This is either just a shuffle or they do have the ending and they're going to use it. If they have ending, they didn't use it. Milia for 1. Devine's Reclamation. Okay, yeah, this is a great deck to be milling. Milia again, and then Milia again. Let's go. If I find a green source, that's immediately just a bazillion mills. Like, Exploration triggers Altar, then multiple land drops trigger Altar. Milled a Surgical. Who's the Extraction deck now? Put all these cards in your graveyard. What are you going to do about that? Probably just cast Prismatic Ending on my orb and be done with it. Or ignore it completely. Beat me. Ponder. They could still ending this turn. Goes to Shuffle. Okay, I mill 2 now. Green source. Life is pain. Griffin Canyon. Let them know. Build a Prismatic Ending. Cool. Want to play against that. Build the Mystic Sanctuary. Okay. Go, go, go. Get all these good cards out of the deck. Tundra. Target for Wasteland. Okay, Teferi resolves. Bouncing my orb. Okay. I don't get to mill this turn. This would be a great turn to draw that green source deck. Green mana. Times. Okay. Mesmeric Orb, go. Force of Will, pitching Days Undoing, sure. Dark Depths, Amelia for 1. And I'm gonna fire off the Wasteland. I am ready with Loam if I ever unlock my green. Now I have to beat this Teferi somehow. The Teferi doesn't really affect my deck much. It affects this Force of Vigor pretty badly. But I'm not casting a lot of instants. They're missing land drops. Source, green card. Okay, pass the turn. I don't even have 3 mana to start slow melting depths. It hurts. It hurts so bad. They can ponder or prismatic ending in the end step. Bargaining Force of Will, why? That had to be a misclick, right? Did they not know what Teferi does? I don't know. My opponent chose to register blue-white and Legacy. They have all these nice cards. I assume they know what Teferi does. So why would they not ponder or remove my altar when they could do either of those things for basically free? That was weird. My god. Life from the Loam. There's a Surgical in the graveyard. We've seen Snapcaster. I have a second Loam if they force some negation here. I'm actually good on that. I'm set up with some land drops for a little while. Disappointing. Yeah, I couldn't get the second one on the stack this turn, so they're going to get the one from my hand. Do have some land drops lined up. Mutavault can tangle with Snapcaster. At least that's happening. You get a good look at my deck, though. So these lands are not coming back now. The Wasteland, my own Mutavault to protect it from Plow, then get it back eventually stuff isn't part of the game now. We're making moves. Another Snapcaster. This one's targeting Ponder. Not Shuffle and play to land. Okay. Fiend's Reclamation still in there from before. Mesmeric Orb, hello. Exploration, get in. Mill for 1. Mutavault, mill for 1. Wasteland, mill for 1. Sort of a Days Undoing and a Meltdown here. Let's Mesmeric Orb again. Get this mill strat back online. Okay, milled a Supreme Verdict. I don't think they cared about that. Okay, without Loam in my deck, aggro self-milling is a little worse. They can Prismatic Ending in the end step if there are fetchable lands left in the deck, and if they remember to do it. Okay, Narset, Dress Down, Basic Mountain, Force of Will. I'll hit the graveyard. 26 cards left in their deck. And I guess just aggro self-milling is still the way to go here. We've seen 2 Days Undoings. Can't imagine they have many more than that. Any. Next turn, I can block with Mutavault as a 3/3, so I'll take my Snapcaster Beats for now. Narset, okay. That taps lands. Gives me something to Mesmeric Orb with. Prismatic Ending. Teferi minus this turn, so this is the first time they can't just end my orb at instant speed. Firing it on Exploration. They saw my hand that contains 3 explorations and no lands. Okay, kind of happy with that deal. Land? Any land? Oh, Crop Rotation. Yikes. That's a good one. I could make Merit Lage. But what's in my deck? Yeah, this has to just be a main phase. Crop Rotation. Back this Wasteland. If they force this, I'll kill Teferi. Thespian Stage into play. And I can play Orb and still make Merit Lage this turn. So I will do all of those things. Get my extra mills through. They're milling for 6 in the untap here. Fiend's Reclamation is in the graveyard. So I have not had any indication that they have more lands to fetch. 2 Meltdowns. Okay. Chase the Mind Sculptor in the graveyard. Snapcaster is in for 4. The plus on the Teferi kind of sucks. That gives them Prismatic Ending as an out. Minus on Narset. What do we see? Brainstorm. Okay, I mean, I came here to do this. I'm going to make the thing and make them have it. This also mills them for 1 because of Mesmeric Orb. Merit Lage entered the battlefield. Love to see a Plow, actually. Shit, they had the ending. Okay, that's disappointing. 13 cards left in their deck. Draw for turn. Karn, the Great Creator, what do you do? wish for the land or the artifact. Okay. Aren't the Great Creators on the stack? And take one more hit from Snapcasters before I have to start blocking. Brainstorm in response. This is a mill 4 on their turn. And Karn resolves. Build a Tundra from their deck on ETB. Hey, Karn, make a wish, buddy. I'm gonna wish for Mirran Safehouse. And I'll pass the turn. They mill down to 7 cards on this upkeep. For this untap. Verdict to Fairy Brainstorm hit the graveyard. At 4. What happened to that Timeless Dragon? Just not even present. They can kill Karn or put a clock on me. Yeah, spending another turn killing Karn is great for me. Oh, they moved out of combat. They realized they don't actually have 2 turns to make this happen. Okay. What else you got? Plus to Fairy. Okay, their next unstep takes them to 4 cards. Right, I mill 4 here. I would love to draw a land that can cast Mirran Safehouse. Shit. It's actually pretty bad. What are we doing? Snapcaster. We're gonna surgical my Mirran Safehouse. And Karn can just get it again. This doesn't actually do it. Oh, Days Undoing. Okay, do you have a land in your deck to do this with? Is the last question. Okay, moment of truth. Fingers crossed. No land, no land. Shit, they had the land. They were fine. Okay, the mill strat was never going to work. Okay, my hand's going away, my graveyard's going away. I get 7 cards here, and the turn doesn't end. Oh no, I get 0 cards because of Narset. Right. Idiot. Okay. I get 0 cards, because I've already drawn for turn. They did work us pretty hard to get to this point. Okay. I am dead. I'm not even going to activate Karn. I'll just pass the turn and let them do what they're going to do. I can block one of these Snapcasters, but that's not enough. I'm at 4. Got me. Okay, a lot of Snapcaster mages. Many Snapcasters, the Savine's Wreck, and multiple Days Undoing. This is a tough one. We did not see targets for Force of Vigor. We did see basically their whole deck, so I can get rid of that. And Endurance is in. I'm on the play this time. Maybe I should push on Sphere of Resistance. That makes Snapcaster really awkward. Altar of the Brood. I don't think this is how I'm going to win a game. And especially boarding in Endurances. Like, I mill them for 35, and then Endurance 1 Snapcaster Mage. Their deck's just back. That's not even a plan. Orb is good for my deck, though. So multiple meltdowns. Ugh. Okay. I think I want to shave a Mox Diamond, knowing that they have Teferi and Meltdown in their deck. And I'll try it like this. Okay, I have a turn 1 Sphere. I'll keep Mox Diamond, discard Wasteland. So I'll discard Griffin Canyon, actually. Play Buried Ruin and go for a Sphere. Because if they have to play into Wasteland under Sphere, this Wasteland will kill them. Plains. Thespian Stage. Okay, working our way up here. I can't cast spells either right now. They can Prismatic Ending my Sphere on curve next turn if they have it. Then I get to shove Karn. Let's just see a Ponder right now. That would be the nuts. Or yeah, then I get to resolve Safe House, and it's already a Griffin. Boo, hiss. Okay. I'm going to turn my Thespian Stage into basic play. I don't need another Buried Ruin, but turning this basic plays around back to basics. Land, that sort of thing. Realms Uncharted. I'm going to use Karn as bait. Oh, that just resolved. I'm going to grab the thing and start trying to play a normal Karn versus control game here. Ponder. I can use Realms Uncharted as a bait spell for liquid metal coating. They're doing something here. Touching. Okay. Endurance. Okay. I'm going to Realms Uncharted. If they think it's bait, they won't counter it, but I actually need it to hit my land drop anyway. Unchart these realms, and if they have a counter spell, Coding is my important card. Okay, cool. This is resolving. I need Mutavault in the mix. I already have a Griffin Canyon. Mutavault, Urza Saga. Don't want Scorched Ruins. Bosh'nu and fetch land. Okay, here we go. This was just trying to hit a land drop for the most part anyway. If it happens to fuel my combo, good for me. Ended up with the fetch land. I'll use that. Put Mutavault in the graveyard right where I want it. If I get blown out by Stifle here, they deserve it. Surgicling Urza Saga in response. Okay. Fair enough. It's one less card in their hand that I have to care about. They did get to see my hand. They know what's going on here. Coating is great bait. Nice. Okay. I'm going to coat the plains and remove their white mana. Lamo. We're in strip mine mode. With the combo kill in hand against a large ponderous control deck. Volcanic Island, shit, they can melt down with this. That's definitely what's happening. Okay. I lose some stuff here. Not a huge deal. That's still in my sideboard to wish for with Karn. There is an orb. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Minus Karn. I'll take this Mesmeric Orb. And play the Mesmeric Orb. Play Bosh'nu and Safehouse. Okay, I'm once again loaded up. Milled Ponder, Surgical, and Mountain. In Snapcaster on Surgical. I even have Pitchcast Endurance. We're cooking here. They play Teferi. I hope this bounces Orb. And they think that's important, because it's not. Okay, they're targeting Safehouse. I could fetch here. And they wouldn't draw a card. There is a second Safehouse in my wish board. I'll just let them have the card. I don't need to be silly about this. And a Ponder. Ponder chose to shuffle. I orbed 5 cards, including Dark Depths. Another Karn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One short. So Mirran Safehouse would have been mana number 6 for Lattice. I think this Karn's gonna plus, or let me see if Safehouse resolves, and then I can make decisions. 1, 2, 3, Safehouse. Okay, I mean Wasteland's actually good here. Wasteland you off Tundra, and is there a 2-drop worth casting? Alter the Brood is here. I could just pitch cast Endurance right now, plus Karn. I could cast Endurance next turn. Alright, I'm just going to pass. Oh, I should have plussed on Mesmeric Orb and attacked Teferi. Wow, I'm such a ding. Yeah, it's so rare that I actually use the attacking mode on this card. Whoops. Yep, hopefully that Teferi doesn't kill me. Plus Teferi, okay. You can use Days Undoing as graveyard hate right now. Yep, sure wish that Teferi was in the graveyard. Narset, okay. Don't think I care about that. Not with only blue mana available. Brainstorm, and they're passing the turn. I'll float green in the end step and float another color in the end step. Mills me for more. How did we do here? I've got Scarlet Sanctum, so I don't have any black mana. I have Bayou. Okay, so if I wish for the other Safehouse, that gives me black. Okay, wishing for Safehouse. And I'm gonna play the first, or this Safehouse. See what they want to do about this. If they force will this, I just attack for infinite. I hope the new one went to the right. Normally Magic Online says newly controlled. There's so much text on this card anyway. Alright, animate this Mutavault. Mutavault active. Untap target Griffin. We're going off. Oh, I also mill myself out, so I get my whole combo here. Yeah, this was lethal even without the Starlit Sanctum, because I mill my whole deck. Right. It's finally all coming together. If I can click it in 4.5 minutes. And of course, untap target Griffin is the bottom ability, probably because it's the bottom land in my graveyard. Adding precious seconds to my combo. I think we're fine here. I don't need to attack. All right, my opponent gave me the good guy scoop. We do have the Starlit Sanctum. Don't even need to go into combat. And 2-2. Let's go play the final round. For the absolute best Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, check out the link in the video description to coalesceapparel.shop and be sure to use the code BoshNRoll for 10% off when you check out. I'm on the draw for the final round, positive record on the line, with the worst hand anyone's ever seen. Scorched Ruins, unfortunately, is templated the same way Mox Diamond is, where if you don't sacrifice the lands, this never comes into play. It's a replacement effect, so I can't just yeet this for 4 mana and then play Karn. So I got a mulligan. That's more like it. Let's take it slow and steady. I'm going to keep and bottom Ancient Tomb. Seems like the worst land in my hand. Got a little Painter to start the day. Seiju and Wasteland both solid against this deck. Karn the Great Creator, viable as well, I've heard. Wish I kept that Ancient Tomb now. I can rotate into it if I super need it. I'm going to play Wasteland and Mox Diamond. This leaves up a Seiju, and I could just cast Wasteland if I need to. Or cast Wasteland, activate Wasteland. Because casting Wasteland is totally a thing that happens in Magic. Ancient Tomb. What are we cooking with? Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And Wasteland would have stopped that from happening at all, but I got bigger fish to fry here. I could just end step rotate the Wasteland into Tomb. I could Boseiju the Fable. So holding on to Boseiju seems relevant, but I have to tap out to Karn next turn anyway. In my sideboard. Maybe I'm supposed to just crack off the Wasteland and then set up a Karn on slower speeds. There's no need to rotate now. I guess it would have saved me 1 mana on my turn. That ends up mattering. I lose. Okay, now I have a clear plan, kind of. There is a Mesmeric Orb in the sideboard. First appearance of Basalt Monolith being something I actually want to do ever. Also just shove Karn as a 6 loyalty monster. I can attack it for 3. If they have Fury or Bolt, I'm in trouble, but at least I don't get Grindstone killed this turn. Okay. A fetch for Forest. Float with Wasteland. Rotate the Wasteland for the Ancient Tomb. I should probably just put Monolith in play, right? Or is a tapped Monolith in play worth more than an untapped Monolith in my hand? I guess it's largely the same, except one commits me to a line and the other doesn't. Okay, here's Karn. And I'll pick off the Great Furnace and pass the turn. Their treasure tokens don't work. They discarded Fable Pyroblast, not cashing in here on this Welder. They're not able to. No red mana. They're not going to be able to Lightning Bolt my Karn. Okay. Can I win now? I don't think so. Oh, well, I just oopsed my way into a whole combo. I can mill my deck and then wish for Griffin Canyon. Doesn't do what I need it to yet. Or Griffin Canyon, saying random sounds right now. If I mill too much, Welder can... No, Welder doesn't matter. Oh, if I... Yeah, Welder can flip my Safekeeper into just literally anything. Yeah, that's not a good plan. Welder's messing me up here. Lattice, not helpful. Safehouse, risky. And I lose Karn if I do it. I could just leave up Boseiju. I could play Orb. Pick off their treasure, leave up Boseiju. Karn goes to 1. I am going to do this Orb thing, which does open up some risk to Welder. But if they use Welder to attack Karn down next turn, I've invested in the future. Yeah, they're happy to tap extra mana here and mill more cards. Their Welder deck. Slow Guide Lantern, Lotus Petal. Slow Guide Lanterns doesn't matter, as I have Karn. Collection flips. Saga learns how to do stuff. I have red mana now. Let's hope they commit to a Karn attack. Shit. Alright. Didn't fall for it. Have Lightning Bolt. Okay. They've been bolted. What else is happening? Freya's Apprentice. Now Soul Guide Lantern is on. Can't do anything. Can't even wish for Safehouse anymore. Ugh. That Fable. Maybe I'm... Yeah, if I just Wasteland turn 1. I don't know. feel like there was a winning line here somewhere. And now I don't want to show them anything else about my deck. They have 2 artifacts, so there's no good. Right, I'll go for Mills. I did find Loam, which is there a fair plan here at this point? If I cast Loam, I can Wasteland the Saga, I can Boseiju the Reflection. I'm milling them out, so they're eventually gonna cashed here. I don't think taking a draw step gets me anything. 1, 3. Life from the Loam. Target Wasteland, Buried Ruin, and Bayou. They could Soul Guide Lantern this if they want to. I can Boseiju Opter in response, which means they don't get to exchange, but I needed that Boseiju to answer Reflection. Basically just dead here. Wasteland, take out the Saga. And I'm in trouble. Yeah, fucking Welder. Just having a proactive 1-drop in your deck that also is spot removal for artifacts, and they just hit Dragon Engine. Okay, they have Welder up. They know I'm a graveyard deck. They have Kiki Jiki active. I'm good. All right, let's try to figure this out. Juka Bog matters. Endurance and Force of Vigor all matter. I don't think I can orb them. Like, if I just cut the entire Mesmeric Orb Basalt Monolith thing, this fuels their deck as much as it fuels mine. The Juka Bog is relevant, but even if I can keep their graveyard under control with Bog and Endurance, just tap Welder, destroy Mirran Safehouse is not tenable to my game plan. Okay, I think I have to lance them out. They're probably going to bring in Magus of the Moon. Fear of Resistance is tempting on the play, but I'm out of cards I want to cut. Maybe Alter the Brood, because I'm boarding out the rest of the combo. If I bring a Sphere in, there are other lands that are not good in my deck. Wasteland's great, Saga's great, Depths is great. If I go down a Mox Diamond, there's fewer artifacts for them to mess with. Still have Corrupt Rotation, Ancient Tomb, and 3 of the Mox Diamonds. To turn 1 a Sphere. Down on Safehouse, I can Karn for it if the coast is clear. Okay, I don't think I like this plan, but it's the one that I've got. Okay, this is a hyper fast Thespian stage. Or hyper fast Dark Depths. Turn 2 Dark Depths. Look like a normal lands deck here. Forest, Exploration, and Bayou. I'm going to play the Bayou because that can crop rotate if they turn 1 a Moon effect. Full Guide Lantern. Wrong half of the deck for that. Wow, okay. I can also just turn 2 Karn them. Okay, I think I'm going to Karn here. And plus to play around Lightning Bolt. I still have Dark Depths in the pocket if I want it. Pithing Needle on Karn. Okay, fair enough. Good play. It's still a Karn. It's still a Null Rod. Nice, got him. And Dark Depths. Pass the turn. Gardens, that's good stuff. That can become oh, it can't become a Pithing Needle. Not in the time frame it needs to. Yeah, they're 1 mana short actually of stopping this combo with Pithing Needle. Stage. Make a copy. Okay. They had some graveyard hate, but I went the Karn Dark Depths route instead. I did board out most of the graveyard stuff, other than Loam itself. Is cutting Mox Diamond crazy? And if it is, what would I put back in? No, I'm cool with this. Yeah, it's fine. Let's do it. This hand has Force of Vigor, which I like. It doesn't have a green source. It goes completely ape if I find one. I am going to keep this. It's risky, but the Force of Vigor and Wasteland are 2 of the better tools in the matchup. Ancient Tomb. Interservant. Okay. Inner is naming blue. I'm going to Wasteland this Ancient Tomb. See where this goes. Great Furnace. This can represent Pyroblast. Green source. Green card. Kind of like a green source, but bad. Danger Servant beat down. Oh, they just passed the turn. Okay. Not doing anything over there, I guess. They must have kept this. Oh, I guess I did just Wasteland them into the dust. I would hate for my Force of Vigor to get Pyroblasted, but I would love for Great Furnace and Painter to both go into the graveyard. Oh. Goblin Engineer. This can resolve. Rhinestones in the graveyard. Okay, here they would need a Spirit Guide, and I guess I'm just gonna make my move. Pitch a Loam to this. I think crop rotation is higher velocity. Come on, green source. Okay, for not being a green source, that one's actually pretty good. They've got the Mycosynth Gardens. They missed a land drop 2 turns ago. Do I want a Gardens, a Buried Ruin, or another Saga? Second Saga could be a blowout. So I'm not committed to anything on this one yet. Yeah, I'll make another Saga. This one's a chapter behind. Oh, that's interesting. You're the Starlit Sanctum. Oh, I was thinking Blasted Landscape. That's not interesting at all. It's just a colorless land. I'm actually going to leave that in my hand for Mox Diamond next turn. Unlock myself. Pass the turn. They could attack for 1, but that's probably... They are just failing to function from me destroying 2 of their lands. It's a totally viable strategy that I am not embarrassed about pursuing. Do I want a Construct token? I don't think so. I got Karn and stuff. I'm just going to take a mana and get a diamond here. Diamond, discard Starlit Sanctum. I can wasteland them and play Karn. Artifact you control. Okay, they can't just copy my Mox Diamond in response to Wasteland. That's fun. Wasteland. Wasteland you. 3, 4. Karn. Karn's in here. What's in the sideboard? Probably want to grab Coating. I'm pretty far ahead right now. Grab Liquid Metal Coating. And I'm just going to pass the turn. No attacks. I'm not going to let them poke Karn if I don't have to. Uh-oh, Mountain. Lightning Bolt can set them free here. They're in trouble to a Coating. Love to draw land right now. Land. Okay. Now I got to decide. I'm going to copy Mountain and just keep my Urza Saga around. Or keep a Mountain that knows how to make constructs. And just chuck a Mox Diamond in the graveyard. I don't even need that to stay in my deck. I'm going to plus Karn on nothing. Yeah, having to keep that Saga around was kind of a bummer. Maybe I didn't have to. Maybe I just let it die, cast Loam, and coat their lands. Yeah, that was a better play. I don't know what's going on right now. What I'm worried about from them is Ancient Tomb, Fable, and then they're right back in the game. All right, Lotus Petal doesn't work with Karn. It does work with Goblin Engineer. We go to my turn. Draw. Exploration's great. There's still no green sources in my graveyard. What the hell, deck? Okay. What do I do with this information? And Loam gets Coating online. Loam for Saga Wasteland. Leave some of them in the graveyard. Loam for Saga Wasteland. They're surgicaling my Saga. Okay. That's not important. I have the important part of Saga in play attached to a basic land. And they forgot to click on the Saga anyway. Whoops. Good thing that doesn't actually matter. Coating makes my construct large. Coat your Mountain. They can float red, let it turn into a artifact. Oh, whoops. Or just not. Okay. Not interested in having Painter's Servant in play for free. Yeah, they're just done. A positive record with this concoction. I think Basalt Monolith is too much. I've made my thoughts on that clear throughout the league. I think I would go 0 Basalt Monolith, 4 Realms Uncharted. That card was actually great. Go up to 4 of that one. Because the Safe House can frequently do the Monolith thing while Monolith has no function in the deck other than the combo, and it's clunky when you're behind and it's win more when you're winning. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. Karn was great. The Karn board, I think I want Bajuka Bog and Karakas and Mazavith in this deck. We could get room in the deck by putting Altar into the sideboard, Mazavith into the main. The Oboro Scorched Ruins is still there currently. I could shave a Thespian Stage or a Griffin Canyon for Caracas. Canyon just needs to be in the graveyard, though having 2 does double how quickly you mill into it with Loam. I think with 4 Realms Uncharted, the self-mill is just not as important. It can still be an aspect of the deck. We've got some orbs in the main. There's still one in the Karn board. And then this opens up a slot in the sideboard. It could be Tormud's Crypt, a Walking Ballista, and Ensnaring Bridge. I'm going to go with Ensnaring Bridge. Bridge does stop our Infinite Griffin attack combo, but we have the Starlit Sanctum to get around that. You could cut the Oboro Scorched Ruins just as being too cute, and that opens up 2 main deck slots, and the Altar of the Brood leaves the deck. I'm going to leave it there for Milan, but if I were as serious, I was about to say serious about this deck, as serious as one can be about a deck like this, I think I would cut all of that and just focus on the Griffin stuff, just having that tight little combo inside an otherwise normal-looking lands deck. Yeah, I'd much rather spend 3 mana on Realms Uncharted than on Basalt Monolith, and it's not even close. Okay, positive record, and I believe I've improved the deck. Milan, as always, thank you for sharing your favorite dreams with us, all of us who watch this show. I enjoy playing them. I hope everyone enjoys watching it. I'm glad we got to go full Griffin Mania in round 1, game 1. Get this video off to a good start, and everyone who's still here at the end must have enjoyed it. And that's where I'm going to leave this one. Mirran Safehouse is a wild Magic card, is what we learned here. So many possible things. And Milan on the scene immediately finding one of the weirdest things, but also just fine to make it happen. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links that support the channel in the video description, including the Patreon and my new partnership with pokercoaching.com. Jonathan Little, the creator of that site, is a Magic player and watches this channel. It's a good thing to support. Also, just it's free. Crossover with card gaming. A lot of poker players play Magic. Go check it out. I appreciate you all. See you next time.